Everyone wants to trade like a pro. They want the zone, the calm, confident flow state where every decision feels effortless. But here's the truth most people avoid. You don't enter the zone by grinding harder, analyzing more, or finding the perfect system. You enter it by letting go of the one thing every losing trader is addicted to: control. Not risk management control. I mean emotional control. The need to predict, the need to be right, the need to win. That's what's actually keeping you out of the zone. And that's what Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas breaks down better than any book I've ever read. I remember reading it for the first time thinking, this isn't about trading. This is about rewiring how I think as a human being. And that's the point. Trading isn't hard because the markets are complex. It's hard because we are. We're not built for uncertainty. We're not built to lose gracefully. We're built to protect our egos and chase dopamine. And if you don't fix that, you'll sabotage every strategy, every edge, and every win you get. Most traders are obsessed with knowing what will happen next. They need confirmation. They want control. They analyze every candle, every indicator, every economic event, hoping they'll finally know. But the truth is, the market doesn't care what you know. You could be the smartest person on the platform and still get crushed. Why? Because knowledge without trust leads to hesitation, fear, and paralysis. And trust without self-control? That leads to overconfidence, impulse trades, and blowups. Mark Douglas says, the professional trader thinks in probabilities. They know every outcome is uncertain, but they also know their edge plays out over time. So they stop needing to be right. They stop trying to predict, and they just execute. Trade after trade, rule after rule, without emotion. Sounds robotic, right? But that's what real confidence is, not, I think this will work. But I don't need this trade to work because I know I will over time. Most traders never get to that place. They stay stuck in the fantasy of control. And when the market doesn't cooperate, when it fakes them out, pulls back, runs stops, breaks structure, they fall apart. They take it personally. They tilt. They chase. They lose. But the ones who make it, they're the ones who learn to detach. They stop trading their need for outcome, and they start trading their edge. Let me break this down like I explain it to students. There are 4 kinds of traders. The fearful trader hesitates, doubts, won't pull the trigger. The greedy trader holds too long, sizes up emotionally, blows it. The reactive trader overtrades, gets sucked into the chart. FOMO, revenge, repeat. The probabilistic trader executes with clarity, loses without emotion, wins without ego. Which one are you, honestly? Because trading in the zone is about transforming into that 4th trader, the one who trusts their edge, detaches from the outcome, and stops fighting the market or themselves. Mark Douglas says something that stuck with me for years. You don't need to know what's going to happen next to make money. Read that again. If you trade with an edge and you apply it with consistency, you don't need prediction. You need execution. But most people can't execute consistently, not because their strategy is broken, but because their mindset is. Here's what that looks like in real life. You take a good trade. It loses. You get discouraged. Next setup shows up, but you hesitate. You miss it, and it wins. Now you feel stupid. So you jump into the next setup, even though it's not clean, and that one loses. That's not trading. That's emotional pinball. And it happens because you don't truly accept randomness. Mark Douglas says, anything can happen. Not sometimes. Not when news hits. Always. Until you internalize that, until you stop needing to be right, you'll always take trades with attachment. And attached trades are dangerous. Think about your last 10 trades. How many of them were truly neutral? How many did you enter without attachment? Without expectation? Without hope? Because that's the zone. The zone isn't about confidence. It's about neutrality. Calm, clear, zero emotion. You don't need the trade to work because you trust your system. You trust your execution, and you trust yourself. Mark talks about belief systems, and this part's critical. He says that every action you take in the market reflects your beliefs about money, risk, self-worth, success, and failure. So if you subconsciously believe losing equals failure, being wrong equals shame, winning equals validation, then guess what? You'll trade to protect your identity, not to execute your edge. You'll avoid setups because you fear being wrong. You'll hold losers because you don't want to admit the loss. You'll overtrade to chase that "I'm a winner" feeling again. And that's how belief sabotages logic. The goal? To replace those limiting beliefs with empowered ones. Losses are part of the game. Being wrong doesn't make me a bad trader. I don't need to win. I need to follow my plan. Sounds simple, right? But until those beliefs live in your nervous system, not just your notebook, you'll keep breaking your own rules. Here's what changed my trading the most. I stopped asking, what do I think this trade will do? And started asking, is this a valid setup according to my plan? Yes or no? If yes, I take it. If no, I wait. That's it. That one change gave me back my sanity. Because trading in the zone isn't a feeling. It's not flow. It's not adrenaline. It's freedom from all that. It's when your mind is aligned with your method, when your identity isn't tied to your outcomes, and when your discipline overrides your dopamine. That's when you finally stop chasing and start compounding. So if you're watching this and thinking, how do I get to that place? Start here. Accept risk fully. Stop flinching at the possibility of loss. Own it. Define your edge clearly. Know exactly what you trade, why, and when. Execute that edge with zero hesitation. Don't hesitate. Don't deviate. Just execute. Detach from outcome emotionally. The market isn't judging you, it's just reacting. Review ruthlessly. Your journal is your mirror. Look into it. Because once you build that mindset, you don't need the perfect strategy. You become the edge. And when you become the edge, the zone finds you, not the other way around. Thanks for watching. Comment below. I'm ready to trade in the zone. And if you got value from this breakdown, subscribe for more videos on trading mindset, psychology, and performance. This is Profit Psychology. Trade smart. Train your mind. Stay sharp.